Okay, sit up like a normal, not cackling human being. I asked you to not cackle. And the first thing you do is cackle. Save that for October.
Yes. There's a witch week.
Please, this is a children's show.
Hi everybody! Welcome back to Mommy's Book Bag. This week we're going to talk about books about shapes. Now, when I was looking for books that talked about shapes, I gotta tell you, I had a hard time finding them. It's really easy to find books that have a picture of a square and say square, and a picture of a circle that say circle. And you can find those anywhere. You can probably find them at your library. You can probably find them in an aisle at the grocery store. And those are all really great books, and they're excellent for teaching primary understanding of shapes. But that's not what I was looking for. I wanted to find books that could show a child how shapes can fit in their world. So that's and also kind of a way to look at them in a fun way. So that's what I've got for you today, and I found some good ones. So the first one is Have You Seen My Monster by Steve Light. Have You Seen My Monster is a very simple story about a little girl that loses her monster at the carnival. The illustrations are very simple. You can tell on the cover they're all black and white, but each page has one shape that is highlighted, and that shape, anywhere it is on the page, is a specific color. So it doesn't actually talk specifically about shapes, but it does show you where shapes are. One thing I will say about this book is that it doesn't just cover your basic shapes. It goes into more complicated, more advanced shapes as well. So like a nonagon or a quatrefoil or an ellipses. It goes through all of those. So this is definitely more for kids that are getting into that part of their learning, where they are learning, there are, what is a shape that has 9 sides? What is a shape that has 10 sides? Getting into those more advanced ones. But it's very cute, and it's a very easy read. Your kid could probably read it themselves once they start reading, just with a little bit of help. So it's cute, yeah. Our next book is actually a pair of companion books, and they are Round as a Mooncake and Round as a Tortilla by Roseanne Thong. These are both really beautiful books. They're really beautifully illustrated by their own individual illustrators. Round is a Mooncake came first, and it's a really beautiful book about shapes in Asian culture, and it helps to teach not only shapes. This one deals specifically with circles, squares, and rectangles, but it shows how they fit inside that culture, and it also is kind of neat to see how different things look. There's a thing in here called a name chop that I'd never heard of before, and just different things like that. An abacus. The Round as a Tortilla deals with more shapes than Round as a Mooncake. It goes into stars and other things like that, triangles, ovals. It also has really beautiful illustrations. Both of them have glossaries at the back. Round as a Tortilla has some Spanish words in it, and so it has a glossary to tell you what those Spanish words mean. Round as a Mooncake has a glossary to tell you about some of the words that maybe younger children wouldn't know, like the word abacus has that in the back there too. And these are both really, really beautiful books. They do also have companion books that talk about colors and about numbers, but I didn't talk about those. So definitely look up the rest of her stuff after you look at these. They're really, really wonderful. Our next set of books is called the Shapes Trilogy, and it's by Barnett and John Klassen. It started coming out in 2017, and it's a story about the sneaky and mischievous triangle, the kind of timid square, and the very brave circle. And they are just very cute. They teach some really wonderful lessons about what it means to be friends and what it means to be kind to each other. It asks some really introspective questions at the end of each of these. You know, the first time that I read them, I didn't know how I felt about them, but the more I've read them, the more I've loved them. So just keep that in mind. Also, it's a series, but they can all stand on their own. So, you know, if you have a kid that they love circles a lot, you know, you can just get the circle one, even though it's the last one to come out, and read it first and then get the other ones so that you can meet her friends in here. Circle is probably my favorite of the three. So last but not least, this week we have Snippets, a book by Diane Alber, who loves to create art and wants to encourage children everywhere to do it in lots of different ways. I love this book. It's a nice way of showing, it talks about our little friend Snippet down here in the corner on the cover, and talks about how even though people are shaped differently and maybe not all the same or all perfect, we all have a place and we all can have fun together. So it teaches a really beautiful lesson, along with also teaching, you know, different shapes like pentagons and right-sided triangles, different things like that. I really, really love this book. I think if there was one book out of this entire video that I would recommend the most, it would have to be this one. It also provides a lot of information in the back for parents and teachers on how to utilize this book in teaching reading comprehension to your children. And you can use it for learning activities. You can have your kid just go and cut up some paper into some little snippets and glue together some shapes and see what kind of pictures they can make. I really love this book. I love all the books that I've recommended this week, and I am so excited to have you guys read them. So comment below, tell me if there's any books about shapes that maybe I've missed. And I can't wait to talk to you next week. Next week we're going to talk all about numbers.
Okay, Stinky, you're on.
You know, it really bothers me.
What?
People use the terms diamond and rhombus interchangeably now.
Okay.
Like, they don't like.
A rhombus
you
is
know
a
what I'm
diamond,
saying.
but a diamond is not always a rhombus.
No, but so a rhombus is like a diamond, but on its side. So this would be a rhombus, and that would be a diamond. I'm just saying.
Math is against you. Math is very against you.
It's a diamond. It's a diamond.
Sure. You're just talking about orientation, not what composes of the shape.
Okay.
It's a good thing we're doing this on, you know, books, right? Oh, wait. Oh.
Just saying a diamond is a diamond. Okay.